Hey, beautiful, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Paulina Xenia, and today we're gonna talk all about how to quantum leap into your desired reality. And I'm gonna tell you the number one secret to actually doing this, to actually quantum leaping into your dream relationship with your specific person or new love. Over these past years, I have been helping thousands of women and men just like you manifest their dream relationships, often with their specific person. So it's either an ex that broke their heart that they want to get back together with, or it's a person that they have in mind that they maybe have had a situationship with, or just know them from work or some random place like that, and now they want that romantic relationship with that person. So it's safe to say that I know a thing or two about quantum leaping, changing your reality, and shifting timelines into your dream reality. But still to this day, when I teach the manifestation formula to my clients for completely turning their love life around and manifesting their dream relationships, it still to this day blows my mind how fast this shit can happen. Yes, I said shit, but of course I mean shift. How fast this shift can happen, this quantum leap. Like how fast you can actually change your life, especially when you're committed. So let's dive into today's episode. The number one secret for quantum leaping is actually also gonna be something that I see so many people skip. They're like doing all the other things that are most of the time right, but they don't see any results. They don't see any shifts happening in their 3D reality just because they're skipping this one thing. Now, before I tell you what this one thing is, what the number one secret to quantum leaping is, let's just first talk about what a quantum leap is. Quantum physics tells us that there's infinite parallel realities existing in this present moment, even if you can't see them, because it's your own brain, it's your subconscious mind that is kind of like manifesting your current reality that you're in right now. But I want you to keep in mind that your current reality is only one slice of reality. And you only experience this slice of reality right now because it is a match to your subconscious programs. That's how your brain is manifesting your reality, or kind of like decoding all of the things. Because at any given moment in time, there are infinite things happening around you as well. But what you really quote unquote see, what you're really consciously aware of, are the things that your brain has filtered out for you based on its internal programs, aka your self concept, how you see yourself and your beliefs about yourself. So, the reality that you create for yourself and the way that you experience reality is completely personal to you. It's kind of like your own personal view. In the next podcast episode, we're gonna dive deeper into the nitty gritty of how your own brain is creating your reality and how to change your reality through changing those subconscious programs. But in this episode, I want you to walk away with a practical step that you can start implementing already now so that you can quantum leap into your dream reality. So a quantum leap implies a massive shift in your 3D reality, in your physical reality. It implies that things will look different in your life, that your circumstances change, the situation you're currently finding yourself in will change, the roadblocks, the challenges, the things that you're currently thinking are holding you back will fall away. And it also implies that you're going to get what you want. A quantum leap is not a walk, it's not a move, it's not one sprint or like one run, it's a leap. It's like a massive jump that you just cannot make sense of in your mind. So if you're thinking to yourself like, okay, this is my current reality, these are the circumstances that I'm dealing with, these are all the things that are going on right now that I can see in front of me. How can I change my reality in a drastic way so that everything looks completely different? If you're trying to figure it out, if you're trying to think about the next best step that you can take right now, you're already out of a quantum leap. You can either play in logic and get slow results or almost no results at all, or you can play in quote unquote magic and quantum leap within weeks. So a quantum leap is really collapsing that time that it would normally take to get something and getting it in a much shorter period of time. So the number one secret to making this happen, to quantum leaping into your dream reality, is to find acceptance where you are right now. Yes, to accept your current reality as it is. This is exactly how you release that resistance on your manifestation journey, and you will get there so much faster so that you don't need to waste any more time wishing that it looked different, hoping that one day you're gonna get what you want, or feeling uncomfortable not being there yet. Your quantum leap is not gonna happen begging and hoping for it to happen. It's gonna happen with the energy of I accept where I am right now. I feel okay where I'm at. I have everything in this moment and I'm excited for where I'm going. I am excited for more. It's this feeling of I am good in this moment, because this feeling of now is good releases that resistance and creates that quantum leap. And we're gonna talk about this because I get it. When you hear someone say, you just need to accept where you are right now, not trying to run away from your current reality or escape it and get somewhere. You're like, what the hell, Paulina? I can't accept where I'm at because I don't like my current reality. Nothing is going the way I want it to. It doesn't look the way I expected it to look by this time. I don't have the things I want, yada yada yada. I get it that often when we get into manifestation and we're Googling how to quantum leap, how to change my reality fast, we are in a place of almost desperation, needing things to shift immediately. It's like we just cannot stand even one more fucking day in this reality. Trust me when I say that I get it, because that's also when I found manifestation. That's also when I got into all of these concepts of the law of assumption, law of attraction, everybody's you pushed out, because I wanted to radically change my life. I was in a space in my life where I was like, I'm either gonna radically change my life and all areas of my life right now, or then I'm done. That was the moment in time when I was battling with my health so bad. I had severe skin issues like eczema and lupus. I was walking around with a completely red face, looking like I had a bad sunburn, trying to sometimes cover it up with makeup and feeling so bad as my body was screaming for help. I was having panic attack after panic attack that led me to the ER in the middle of the night because I couldn't breathe. I had so much anxiety and I thought that I was gonna die. I was in a shitty relationship and I had been going from shitty relationship to shitty relationship where I was treated like crap. I didn't feel good enough, I didn't feel worthy, so of course I also did not have any boundaries in those relationships. I was a massive people pleaser and everybody was just using me to their advantage and then leaving me behind, going off with another woman, choosing someone else over me. I had also just graduated from school and landed a high paying, what I thought back then was my dream job. But every day I was waking up feeling miserable, thinking, fuck my life. Just another day working for this 9 to 5 job. Back then I did not even know exactly what my dream reality would look like. I just knew that I did not want those things that I had created for myself. And that's how I found manifestation, because I was looking for a solution. I was looking for a way out. So I'm speaking from experience here, but what I have noticed is that if we're in a headspace of feeling frustrated about our current reality, and the thought process is, I don't like my current reality and I want to change it as fast as possible because right now I don't feel good enough. I am not gonna be happy until these circumstances change. I won't be able to focus on what it is that I actually want to focus on and what I want to do daily until these things change or until I get what I want. When we're in this headspace, a quantum leap is not gonna happen. Like, no matter what we do, we're not gonna be able to change anything in our reality. Not because manifestation is not real, not because quantum physics got it all wrong, not because a quantum leap doesn't exist. A quantum leap just won't happen because of us and because of our intention behind it, because we're trying to escape our current reality when we're feeling unhappy with it. We're feeling frustrated and angry with our current circumstances. We're judging our current reality or ourselves for being here. And what this does is it just creates a lot of resistance on your manifestation journey. And sometimes this is not even a conscious thought process, but it's just something that is happening on an unconscious level that is creating that resistance for you, that is creating this inner war, like this inner turmoil of wanting to escape your current reality because right now is not good. It's just that if this underlying intention is to escape something, it creates suffering within your mind and your body. And this is exactly where I see so many people get stuck. Maybe you have heard me say this before, that resistance is really the only thing that is keeping you away from having the things that you want. If your reality doesn't shift, no matter what you do, if you're still experiencing the exact same circumstances, the same situations over and over and over again for like months or even years, then you know that it's because you have resistance. And I'm here to tell you that accepting your current reality is the fastest way to release that resistance. Accepting what is, accepting your current circumstances, no matter how bad they look like, is the number one secret to quantum leap into your dream reality. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get rid of that extreme desire to run away from your current reality, to escape it, so that you can actually create that quantum leap for yourself. So what we're gonna do is bit by bit find a little bit more acceptance where it is that we are right now. It's like this appreciation for what you have right now. Even if you don't want it, even if you want something different, even if you don't like it and you would want to change things up, I'm still sure that there's something that you can find about your current reality that you can learn to appreciate right this moment. Because when you can start accepting your reality as it is, things as they are, when you can start appreciating the things that you have, knowing that you want better things, you want more, that's what's going to release that resistance and create that quantum leap. I always say that a quantum leap is kind of like having one foot in appreciation, accepting your current reality for what it looks like right now, and then having the other foot in what it is that you want, in your desire. That's what's going to create that quantum leap for you. But what often happens is that we are so unhappy and so dissatisfied with what it is that we currently have that we can't have one foot in appreciation. We can't have that one foot in accepting our current reality. We are instead trying to quantum leap from a space of having 2 feet in our desired reality. And it just doesn't work that way. It will instead happen with the energy of all is well right now. I am good where I'm at. What I have right now is okay, and I am excited for what's to come. It's coming from this place of wholeness and desire when quantum leaping, where we are feeling good in this moment, and this energy is magnetic. And here's the thing, your current reality and your circumstances do not need to change for you to feel good right now. So, in order to bring awareness around what is this resistance for you that is keeping you stuck in your current reality, that is standing in your way of quantum leaping into your dream relationship with your specific person or new love, I want you to ask yourself these questions. And I'd really suggest you journal on this. What is it that I am waiting for to happen or receive in order to feel good? What is it that would need to shift in my reality right now in order for me to allow myself to feel good in this moment? What is it about my current reality and my circumstances that I am fighting in my mind? What is it that I think would need to look different in order for me to fully live my life and to start showing up on a day to day basis exactly the way that I want to? What are the things that you're constantly focusing on and giving your attention to on a daily basis that make you feel bad, frustrated, sad, hurt, angry, powerless, that make you feel triggered? And then I want you to really start choosing to drop your awareness of everything that doesn't give you pleasure and doesn't give you fulfillment. Everything that does not make you happy. You have to find a way to stop focusing so much on the things that make you feel like shit, on the things that seem to take your happiness and your peace away from you. Now, this is easier said than done, but this can also be really easy for you to do because you're naturally going to start shifting your perception about the things that are happening in your 3D reality and shifting the way that you view your circumstances and the way that you feel about specific situations when you change the way that you identify yourself. When you change the way you see yourself and you start feeling different about yourself because you change your self concept, you change your beliefs about yourself. This is exactly what we do inside Magnetic. Magnetic is my self-concept hypnosis portal that really helps you take your power back, especially when it comes to manifesting your dream reality. It helps you step into becoming the woman or the man that you were always meant to be, the one that shows up with confidence no matter what, the one that knows their worth and value, the one that knows that they are more than good enough and they have nothing to prove to anyone, the one that becomes super magnetic everywhere they go and they just point their fingers at what it is that they want and they fucking get it. Inside Magnetic, you will change your self concept and the way you see and feel about yourself to the point where you will look at yourself in the mirror and be like, wow, this is actually me. You will become unrecognizable and you will become a fucking magnet, so irresistible to both people and things. Like they just cannot help but to be drawn to you. So join Magnetic today if you haven't already, because you definitely don't want to miss this. Anyways, going back to the episode now. So even if you can't love all of the things in your current reality, even if you can't love all of the things that you're currently experiencing, I am sure that you can start finding small things that you can start appreciating and finding that acceptance for. And when you do, there's gonna be more and more and more things. So ask yourself, what is it about my reality that I can learn to accept and appreciate in this moment? We want to start with the things that we have no resistance towards and then build it up from there. And it can be these small things that we almost take for granted at first that you can start to find appreciation for right now. And when you learn to appreciate these small things, you start noticing them more and more in your reality. After that, we're gonna move towards finding acceptance around the quote unquote bigger things, like accepting where you are in this moment, accepting how your love life looks like right now, accepting your current circumstances, whether you are in no contact with your specific person or you are already talking to them, but they are maybe not showing up the way you want them to. Or if you're already in some sort of contact with them, like in a situationship, but it's just not what you want it to be, and now you want to move into that loving, healthy, committed relationship of your dreams. So ask yourself, what are some small things in my day-to-day life right now that maybe I have taken for granted, but I can learn to appreciate more? Maybe it's waking up in a warm and cozy bed. Maybe it's sleeping really well because you have a comfortable pillow and blanket. Maybe it's your healthy body or your healthy teeth that you have had no issues with for years. Maybe it's a close family member or a friend that is always there for you, that is always there to support you. Maybe it's the fresh air that you can breathe in. Maybe it's the clean water that you have access to every single day. Maybe it's the healthy food in the fridge. Whatever those things are for you, just write them down. Then, after you get yourself into a place of already feeling good in this moment through appreciating those things that you have right now, then we're gonna start finding acceptance around your current reality and your circumstances and situation. How we do this inside Magnetic and inside my manifestation programs is through breathwork because it is so powerful for releasing those icky negative emotions around your current reality and then coming into a place of feeling at ease and feeling good in this moment. But for right now, what I want you to ask yourself is how can you accept where you currently are? How can you change your perception around your current reality and the circumstances? How can you see those circumstances in a new light? Like, what are some helpful and positive perspectives that you can start taking on right now? Let's say that right now you're blocked by your specific person. What is a different way that you could see being blocked? Because, for example, me, I always see being blocked as a massive blessing because now you can actually focus on the things that matter in life, yourself. Now you have the time to actually focus on becoming the best version of yourself, stepping into becoming the woman or the man of your dreams, the one that gets all the things that you want, because that version of you is a match to those things. And that's just one way to look at being blocked. That will completely shift the way that you see being blocked by your specific person. Even if it can be seen as a bad thing, you see it as a blessing. And this in turn is gonna release that resistance around being blocked and thus shift your reality. So ask yourself, how can you see these things differently? What is a better feeling, thought, and a perception of these things that you can take on right now so that you can stay in your power instead of giving your power away to your current reality and giving your power away to your current circumstances because you're in resistance, trying to escape them, trying to change them, trying to get rid of them ASAP. Another powerful question that you can ask yourself here is, what would it feel like to completely let go of trying to change this circumstance or trying to change my current reality and instead find acceptance for what is? So these were just a few questions that you can start asking yourself and journal on them as well, please, at least once. And then what I want you to start doing, this is kind of like a challenge for you. When you wake up every single day in order to start creating this quantum leap for yourself, instead of waking up and almost immediately start thinking of how am I actually gonna get what I want? How am I gonna change my reality? Oh my god, these circumstances are still in my face. How can I get rid of them? How can I change this specific situation like right now? Which all of these thoughts are gonna create more resistance for you on your manifestation journey and they're gonna block you from actually creating that quantum leap because they make you feel completely powerless to your current reality and to your circumstances and they make you notice the lack, notice what is missing, notice what you don't have yet. So instead, I want you to challenge yourself to stay in the energy of being okay for as long as you can. Like for as long as you can after you wake up in the morning. And to start shifting your focus towards the things that make you feel good. To start doing more things that please you as well. And then start finding one thing after another to appreciate. By the way, I have a very powerful process for releasing the resistance and feeling good around your current reality and your current circumstances so that you can start shifting your reality and quantum leaping. And I will send it to you for free when you leave a 5-star rating and a review on this podcast. So you need to rate this podcast with 5 stars and then leave a review and take a screenshot of it before posting the review and then send the screenshot of the review to me on Instagram. My Instagram is linked down below and then I will send a free process for releasing that resistance and feeling good around your current reality and your circumstances to you. Because I want you to think about it this way. When you choose to feel good already now in this moment and you find acceptance, You start finding those things that you enjoy in your current reality. That's your bucket filling up. And you need this whole bucket filled up with, let's say, water in order for you to make that quantum leap, in order for you to shift into your dream reality. So if you're in resistance towards your current reality, I want you to think of this bucket, and then the water pouring in is your reality starting to shift, your manifestations starting to happen, building, 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 and then boom, you quantum leap into your dream reality. But when you have resistance towards where you are, you're feeling frustrated about your current circumstances, you're thinking in your mind like, oh, I wish that my situation would change already. You're judging yourself for where you're at. You're making your reality wrong. You feel like something is missing. You notice the lack. You will instead have a lot of holes in your bucket. And so all the water is not gonna stay in the bucket, and it's not gonna build and build and build into that quantum leap that you actually want. What's gonna happen instead is that all of the water is just gonna flow out like immediately. The water comes in, it flows out. The water comes in, it flows out. And you're not gonna shift your reality. You're not gonna quantum leap. You're actually gonna stay exactly where you're at right now. And of course, we don't want that. We want to quantum leap into your dream reality like yesterday. And that's why releasing that resistance and finding acceptance where you're at right now in this moment is the number one thing you need to do. And this is also the one thing that people often skip. This episode was a little bit longer than I often intend them to be, but I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you had some massive breakthroughs from just listening to this episode, and I cannot wait to hear all about your quantum leap. See you in the next episode. Ciao, ciao.